It's just off the market. Here comes Kalen Harris and the Citadel Bulldogs. They will outlet quick. You see Kern.
Fast scoring, moving the ball up and down the court. They're trying to set a new tempo with a defensive stop here.
A moment ago, and then you give up a wide open layup in transition. Consistency is the biggest thing this coaching staff for the Citadel's looking for defensively from the Citadel. Feels like if they can make a few more stops this year, can definitely be a force. Points in the Suns' last outing. And the teardrop wouldn't go down for Jones, the sophomore. Extra pass to Najdawi in the corner. Frierson doesn't need a lot of space. Stallworth will try it from downtown. And Najdawi big on the offensive glass, going back to came in immediately and made an impact in Charleston here his freshman season. And he'll take it up the floor. Kick out Frierson.
It's the Bulldogs.
Young trying to go high off the glass, and the shot was altered by Najdawi. Frierson catches from Lakeland, Florida, getting it done off the bounce there.
Listed at 6'2", but looks like he might be a little bit taller than that with those arms. That was how he's able to get to the basket, cut through the lane right there, and split that zone up.
See the ball movement, back to Frierson.
And that's something that they've looked to this year.
Pull-up Jay wouldn't work out that time for Jones. Here's Stallworth, muscling his way. 16-4, Citadel on top of Johnson University, Florida, here inside of McAllister Fieldhouse. Caden Rice, who we highlighted in the open, immediately pulls the trigger from downtown. He is in the game for the first time. Talk about how deep this bench is. There he is with a good ball movement for the Suns as they strike for two more.
Cedric Green showing some vision right there with that wraparound pass down low.
Tyler Burgess, a three-point specialist, inside out from Hayden Brown. This is kind of that second unit for Duggar Baucom, if you will, as Brown snags the offensive ball.
Stayed home in South Carolina, and Hayden, the one sole player that ended up going basketball and has a chance here.
There's Quason Williams. Brown can shoot it from downtown as well. It's diversity here in the early going. They're getting some opportunities. Levy couldn't hit the J.
Mike Levy's a guy that he'll look to get that mid-range jumper. That's his sweet spot as the Bulldogs rotated here.
Burgess way off the mark. And the bullet pass inside is taken away. Caden Rice, the long outstretched arms. Plenty of shooters in this.
North Carolina, that Raleigh area, that's a part where they breed some good players.
Young rises and connects. Big time shot for Anthony Young and Brown. Open look again from Phil LeGrier. Alex Reed to the bucket, couldn't. Young trying to get past Williams. They were able to take it away from behind. Quason Williams is a senior on this roster. He's gotten plenty of playing time. It's Brown, Cuppo. Pull up from LeGrier, and it's just off the mark.
It's the mid-range. The Suns are going to have to hit those to stay competitive in this game. They've gotten quite a few open looks, but haven't hit one yet.
Caden Rice lines it up, and he'll try it from downtown.
It's good.
Too long.
It's good box out down low. Hayden Brown. Really, they've preached that in practice. They've been working a lot on crashing the boards.
Brown switch. University Florida Suns. Talk about how versatile the bigs are for this Citadel team. They got plenty of shooters from the outside. Stallworth, extra pass. Kern, he's one against Clemson last Tuesday night in the opener. The newly renovated Littlejohn Coliseum. Najdawi turn Coliseum. Najdawi turnaround, you bet.
There's the hook shot. That's his go-to post move. That's something that he will work on constantly. The release point is something that he really goes to, whether it's a smaller guy or a taller guy. He knows how to finesse that up top.
This one's kicked out of bounds. With the Citadel, they gave up the 75 points on Monday to Mid-Atlantic Christian, but everybody on the roster scored. I tell you what, it's the little things, but when you can get that amount of guys in the basketball game and get them game-like experience certainly helps out.
Oh, it's an impressive feat to be able to get everybody in the bench scoring. I'm not sure how often that does happen, but just
head coach Craig Wilsman, he's a big fan of Tony Bennett at Virginia, his father Dick Bennett, he really loves their style of play. He likes the pack line defense. You've seen that on display here. The Citadel has just been able, well, they try to push it down the sidelines as much as possible. You see the outlet pass from the Bulldogs frequently as Stallworth is around the horn. Off balance, and the floater is off the mark from Jones. Here's Stallworth utilizing that body to shield off a defender. And it's tipped out of bounds. Well, I tell you what, you look at Lou Stallworth, there he is on your screen, 200 pounds. Big size, only 6'1", but a big body, very strong.
They got to take advantage of as he misses another one there. This is something that the Suns, when they're down like this, and they've been in this spot before, that they have to hit these.
But you got to make these. How important is the charity stripe right now when you find yourself down 40-12?
Huge, huge. These are points that they got to take advantage of as he misses another one there. This is something that the Suns, when they're down like this, and they've been in this spot before, that they have to hit these free throws.
Williams has it taken away by Johnson. And the Suns have slowed up the pace a little bit the last several possessions.
The Bulldogs back to this 2-3 zone, and I think the Suns are going to stay extremely frustrated. Just right there where you see a deflection, this is what the zone can bring to the Bulldog defense.
Extra kick to Rice is Ray McLeod able to stick it in.
There's some team chemistry underneath, and you've seen those passes all game. Finally, a connection right there that led to a score.
Good position from Najdawi.
And getting Zane Najdawi, who was heavily recruited by him at VMI, and ended up getting the job here at the Citadel.
Hayden Brown finds a crease. He'll kick it out. Rice, corner pocket three. We're seeing a 3-on-2. And Anthony Young runs the floor for two more.
There's another nice pass that we were talking about. If they can make those connections, they can really make something happen.
With the clock stopped. Still over 6.5 to go here in the first half at McAllister Fieldhouse. Caden Rice again, corner three.
Came up short with it at the rim.
Young couldn't finish. Williams with the rebounds. Brown to Stallworth, back to Rice. Change to go as the jumper rattles in for Garrett Jones. Well, Garrett Jones had a good start to this Johnson University team over the first couple of weeks of their season. He was their leading scorer right now. And blocked from behind by Reeds. Bulldogs will push. Brown in transition, lays it.
This is extremely tight since they've come in last year and really grown into their own.
Williams takes it away.
If you get turnovers and don't really get anything from them, that's the downside to it. You got to convert off of those turnovers.
Extra pass to Reed. He'll utilize the Florida.
And it looks like they switched that call to an offensive foul. Looks like he got that right hand on the right arm on the push-off.
Second time that they have changed the call a little bit late is Stallworth. Sweet move to finish as Frierson takes it away. He'll pull it from downtown. A guy that he certainly has trust in, really good shooter. And the Bulldogs continue to pull it from down. Johnson lets it fly from deep, and he hits.
They needed that one. They're looking for the threes all night. Now they got to get back on defense.
Turnaround, no. Najdawi battling on the glass. Extra kick to Kern. And it's off the mark. With Stallworth trying to create. Drops it off. Najdawi.
See Lou Stallworth just driving, creating an opening right there down low for Najdawi.
And Najdawi back to the free throw line again. Perfect tonight. He checked into this contest at the charity stripe for the Citadel. 10 of 14 coming in. Pretty good average to start the season for the Citadel. He's a guy that they will need to be good at the free throw line. We told you he gets to the line a ton. Very strong underneath the basket with the basketball. So 2-2-1 full court look again. Bulldogs going to try to trap in the corners. There it is. And they skip it ahead. And this one just misses short from Smith. Trailer 3 for Frierson. He travels. And they skip it ahead. And this one just misses short from Smith. Trailer 3 for Frierson. He travels. Right back over. 57-28. Under 2 to play. Brown
really worked on their defense and trying to be able to stay in front of guys and not let them get those open shots, especially with this zone. That's going to be vital.
Burgess will tee it up. And he hits. Movement. Johnson. Free throw line. Jay. And Brown skies for the boards. Burgess again. Heat check. Brown put down.
In motion, you see that Lou Stallworth creating the drive.
Stallworth with the rip away. And he
rebounding. That's a skill that Duggar Baucom's definitely harping on this year.
Burgess from straight away, no. Move. And here comes the Citadel. From midcourt, it's Brown. From Lakeland, Florida. That's where Coach Wilsman is from, so recruits his own area very well. Here's Connor Kern, the transfer from
Vegas.
Pull-up Jay is good. Smooth stroke from Anthony Young, the junior. Lots of dribble handoffs at the top in this Citadel offense when they work from the half court. Good dump off. Can't say it enough. The Citadel's going to be a dangerous team. There's Stallworth with the rip away. Nice up and under from Smith as the Suns break the pressure. Najdawi, good shot fake there from Smith. He couldn't finish the teardrop.
Good vision knowing Najdawi tried to do that little teardrop.
Harris took off, especially not at any point in the season, but this early in the season, as Najdawi will head off. The trainers will take a look. Here's Stallworth with the explosive first step. It's Frierson.
Happened.
And the bank from Smith. I didn't know the bank was open this late in Charleston, South Carolina.
Clemson Tigers last week. This is something that he likes to do, and it's a momentum turner.
Frierson likes to catch and shoot off the curl. Here's Caden Rice. Down the alley, nearly Quayshawn Williams. Chance to handle the basketball and survey the floor.
Being able to catch that and shoot, not even having to put it down on the floor.
Good takeaway from Williams. Trailer, nice up and under to alter the direction there in midair. Good finish. His cadence is 154 points prior. Coming in, the Citadel had a chance to break that Monday, just a little bit short. Suns working it around the horn. And there's a foul along the baseline. This time it's going to go against Hayden Brown, sophomore for the Citadel. Johnson University will trigger it in here. Phil LeGrier, their designated inbounder here tonight. Pulls up, and he misses short. He's been quiet. We highlighted him in the open. Williams from the corner. Pulls up, and he misses short. He's been quiet. We highlighted him in the open. Williams from the corner. All angles.
Good feet inside. It's the zipper cut. It's up the middle. It's the guy that takes the ball out of bounds. They're trapping the corners, so if they're trapping corners, that's where the manpower is, and where the manpower isn't is in the middle. And that's where it's open if they got a cutter.
Nice crossover. Line it up from downtown.
He's got the form a little short there, but starting to shoot a little bit here in the second half for LeGrier.
Williams to the bucket. Basketball players, well, you go through strength and conditioning, but they get up and run PT in the offseason. There's a lot. This and a good kiss off the window from Levy. Well, the Citadels mixed it up. Duggar Baucom, his first couple years at the helm here in Charleston, they were, as Kern carried that over to this season. Now, your opinion, Jansen, do they kind of need to get a strength and a go-to defense, especially when they get into conference play, or do you think they can continue?
they lose the inbound pass there a little bit. But, yeah, the matchup zone is something that Duggar Baucom is going to go to. I think that is probably going to be their main go-to. They usually stuck to the man-to-man last. They lose the inbound pass there a little bit. But, yeah, the matchup zone is something that Duggar Baucom is going to go to. I think that is probably going to be their main go-to. They usually stuck to the man-to-man last.
Florida still battling here. Wide open three. Good from Phil LeGrier.
And that's huge for them because the Citadel have been guarding them. So that was their go-to baseline play, trying to get Matt Frierson down there off the curl.
He's worked on trying to go off the bounce this year. He's a little bigger than he was a year ago. He's put on some muscle.
Definitely some other teams had picked up on that he wasn't exactly the strongest defender, and they tended to attack his side out deep.
And LeGrier misfires from distance. Stallworth, nice no. Lost 116 to 66. Stetson, a team out of the Atlantic Sun Conference.
Too built, and I know going 0-7 previous to this game probably hasn't helped the confidence much, but it seems like if they can get this chemistry up, all these guards, they can really work well together. They've got the lanky defenders that have some skill.
The window, no, he missed it again on the doorstep. Two opportunities for the Suns. He couldn't finish, and Frierson will heat check himself.
Frierson had Caden Rice in front of him, decided to take the shot instead. Probably something they're going to go back on film and try to correct. Get some experience, and you know, in case something were to happen, these guys, like we were talking about earlier, come from a winning background. They were recruited on purpose, and these guys can come off the bench in case something were to happen and replace some of these starters.
Misses the teardrop. Extra kick. Here's the pull-up three for Rice. Reed trying to stick it back, and he couldn't finish. Another turnover. Johnson University, Florida. It's tough. You get in transition, you give it right back to the Bulldogs. They're a team that can make you pay. Rice will
can't leave the ball there for Jerry Higgins. Lucky that one didn't go down. A little miscommunication there on the matchup zone.
Good take from Webster. And he missed the layup. Dimitri Georgianis is in as well. Other years in program history. And keep in mind, they opened with Clemson, a top 25 program, last Tuesday night.
Tyler Burgess, the sharpshooter, putting it on the floor.
Guyton just off the nearest to us. It looked like they were calling a foul there. And an easy lay-in for Johnson University, Florida. Well, they scored 66 points against Stetson. That's the other Division I opponent that they played. Robert Guyton, an offensive boards. Webster, if you were Duggar, would you play? We've seen him go 12, 13 deep in years past. Do you think he does that again this year?
Yeah, I think it depends on the night and how these individuals are doing. He's got the solid guard, somebody much bigger than him. We were talking about how they've all got these bigger frames. It's something that they can look to.
Burgess blocked it from behind, then he turns it over. And it's just a turnover fest now. Thrown back away. Higgins will certainly be one of the higher scoring teams in the country. You average these three games together. Georgiadis, he'll lay it in. It's going to be a big one December 1st, the first conference game of the season. SoCon play coming early this year. Unlike in years past, you have that early December the 1st game. That's an opportunity, though, for Duggar Baucom's unit right here in McAllister Fieldhouse. Good spin from Georgiadis. You have that early December the 1st game. That's an opportunity, though, for Duggar Baucom's unit right here in McAllister Fieldhouse. Good spin from Georgiadis. How about the move for the big fella?
You see the speed, and I think I'll go out on a limb here and say that Zayn Najdawi has started to pass on that to the next generation of big men here at the Citadel.
This one rejected.
You see the ups from Derek Webster right there, just to get the tip, just enough to redirect that shot.
131 points right now. Burgess, he'll let it fly. Now, they haven't trailed in their last 2 games. Higgins in transition here. Lays it